Before I get into the whole Q&A section of this video, I wanted to show you how crazy this is. Okay, so New York City is perfect for finding things on the street. Obviously, you don't want to pick up a mattress or things like that, and you have to be like very careful and selective, but Craig and I have been really lucky to find a few things off the street that's free. One of the things which we recently found like a couple weeks ago is this table. One of the people in our building was moving out and left this beautiful steel table outside, and I loved that it was a high top. The width was also much thinner than our other table, so it took less room in our kitchen, which is awesome because literally look at how little our kitchen is. And yeah, we brought it in. And so then I went on Craigslist to find like tall bar stools for literally like 2 weeks straight, and everything on even Craigslist was like $100 for like 2 chairs or $60 for 2 chairs, etc., etc., and I just didn't want to spend that much money. And we ended up giving our table and chairs to Dana and Dylan, Doug and Caroline, which was perfect because they just moved into a new apartment, so it was like perfect table and 4 chairs. I don't know if the universe was paying attention to me because I just kept searching and searching for bar stools that I just like didn't want to spend a lot of money on because we got this table for free. So I was walking Nacho and I saw a yard sale sign, so I was like, I wonder if they'll have bar stools. Walked over to the yard sale and there were no bar stools and I was like, and I was like, hey, do you by any chance have bar stools? And they're like, yeah, we just didn't bring them down yet. And I was like, okay, how much? She was like, oh, for the pair, 10 bucks. And I was like, so happy. And she's like, oh, do you want the seat cushions as well? And I was like, yes, please. And it was even crazier because I got them over to my apartment, and then literally 20 minutes later, it started pouring rain outside out of nowhere, which made me so sad because I'm just like, oh my god, they probably frantically try to get everything back into their apartment, and then they probably shut their yard sale down for the rest of the day. I mean, who knows? But the fact that I saw that yard sale sign when I did and walked straight over, like, asked and grabbed these and brought them over, and then like, it was like the perfect timing for everything. It's really weird how that worked out. But a little story that I just wanted to share with you. Okay, let's go on now. I'm sorry that the lighting is most likely going to be changing throughout the video because there are clouds that keep going in front of the sun, but it's okay. I wanted to share a couple things with you before I get into the Q&A. One of which was this little baby story that I'm so happy about. And another one is a little quote from a book that I'm reading right now called Dinner with Edward. This is actually my friend Caroline's book. She also gave to Dana, and Dana read, and they both really loved it, so I was like, give me. It is a non-fiction book, and it is about Isabel. She's like in her 40s or 50s. Her friend's father, who was like 93, he had just lost his wife, who was 95, and they had like been together since they were like 19 or 20, and he was pretty much just like, didn't want to like live anymore. And he had 2 daughters. One was in Canada and one was in Greece. So no one was kind of like near him in New York City, so her friend was like, can you go check up on my dad? So they started having dinners together. She would come over and see how he's doing, and he just like loved entertaining, so he would just make all these beautiful dinners. Elderly people in general, I think, are so wonderful because how are they not amazing? They've lived so many years and they just know so much. It makes me think of my grandmother and just wishing I had asked her a billion more questions while she was around and like picked her brain and all that stuff. So this was a lovely little read for me. People are too obsessed with seeking experience and feel that if they are not living on the razor's edge, they are not alive, Edward had once told me. It's because they can't deal with normal life. They need to climb Mount Everest instead. I had been one of those people whom Edward was talking about. I had lived on the razor's edge. I had voluntarily traveled to extreme places to cover war in Africa and drug traffickers in South America, and I thought the experience was more valid than the daily grind. I had always lived with the notion that paradise was somewhere else, but Edward knew better. He knew that paradise was not a place, but the people in your life. Here is like somebody who's lived like 3 times, more than 3 times the amount of life that I have lived, and I just want to hear just hearing what he says about life is just When you get caught up in your hectic life and you have a billion things on your to-do list every day, take a deep breath and realize what is really important in your life. Because that right there is just so important, and remembering to be kind to the people who are in your life. And yeah, just being thankful for them. Okay, so let's go into my Q&As. First question, what is your advice for someone who wants to move on but is still going through a heartbreak that's been going on for quite some time? I think love and heartbreak are really tough yet important stuff to talk about because they really do have an impact on someone's life. My advice is to just take it one day at a time. My boyfriend in high school, the last part of my senior year of high school, and then we dated when I was in college. We dated for 2 years. I just went through such heartbreak when we broke up and just crying all the time and was just like so done with dating, which is so funny because like I don't even think I was 20 years old. I was like 19, like not even 20 yet, and I was like, I'm done with guys and all this stuff. If I could go back and give myself advice, I think the best advice is just like take it a day at a time. Yo, just got dark. I'm talking about heartbreak. I mean, obviously there's like truthful reminders like we were not meant to be. That's literally what it is. We were just so different. I don't even really know why we were in a relationship. We were just like youngsters who were like dating, and even though I was like going through such heartbreak and was just like so devastated that we broke up, but it's like, of course we had to break up at some point. Like there was no future for us. And just like the whole self-love and self-worth aspect of it. I want somebody who knows my worth and truly loves me and would never want to leave me. And the person that is like that somewhere in the world, I will run into eventually. And look, here I am with Craig, and we've been together for 7 years. Don't rush. Take it one day at a time because you are special, and I feel like if you're rushing yourself trying to get over something, you're just cheating yourself and you're just like not gonna believe it, and you're just gonna like spiral, and maybe that's just me, but I don't know. I just take it one day at a time and know that there's somebody who's better suited for you and that will love you for who you are and would never ever want to leave you. How do you manage to maintain close friendships, relationships with people in your life who are constantly on the move or live in different parts of the country or world? I'm very lucky to have such amazing, wonderful friends here in New York City. Prior to that, all my friends in California, where I was born and grew up and went to high school with and college with. It's wonderful that there's things like Facebook and Instagram where I can constantly see pictures of them and like know what's up with their lives. And yeah, I think it's just making sure you do keep in contact with them. But also, I feel like true friends, like I'm lucky enough to have in California, are ones that don't get really butthurt when you haven't talked to them for like a month or 2 months. None of them are like dramatic and are like, oh, I haven't spoken to them in a month, I'm not gonna speak to them ever again. Or I don't know, some bull honky. It's never like that, which is wonderful. Our friend Cole, who has been in Vancouver because he's shooting his show, it's the same thing. Like Craig and I FaceTimed him yesterday. I mean, he also was just in New York like a week and a half ago. But still, like there's just like a bunch of time that goes by that we don't talk, and then there's like little times, and it's just, I don't know, it seems like no time has passed, and that's a wonderful friendship. But on that note, you also have to make sure that you stay a good friend to your friends and like reach out to them. Cherish the relationships, like Edward said, show that they mean something to you. And if you think that they're inspiring, if you see something that maybe like they posted something that like they got a raise at their job or anything like that, always tell them that you're proud of them. Remembering to tell your friends how you feel about them, because people need to hear that. And who better yet to hear that from is your friend. I think you should always be lifting each other up and being there for each other, regardless of distance. Put in the effort, and yes. Friendships are important. Hi Duan, I was wondering what your favorite part about living in New York is. I feel like dreams actually come true here. I don't know if it's really like LA and New York where people say like New York City is like go, 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 and LA is just like, I don't know. But also specifically my personal experience, I was way lazy in LA, and New York is actually like go, go, go for me. And I really love that because I feel like I'm pushing myself every day. Yeah, I really love it. I'm definitely a different person here, and I'm proud of the person that I have grown to be since I moved to New York City. I was wondering, how did you meet Dana? You guys are truly friendship goals. I met Dana when Dylan and her started dating, and we were like good friends for like a couple years, but just like the last 2 years we became like really, really close friends. And I love her and I cannot live my life without her. She's like literally my best friend. I love her. Give me 3 tips about self-love or just to control my insecurities. Okay, let's take a second here and talk about affirmations. Do any of you have affirmations that you repeat to yourself every day or like once a week or anything like that? So I started saying one to myself. It is, I, Duan, allow myself this present moment. I, Duan, allow myself this present moment. I, Duan, allow myself this present moment. It's so simple. And the moment that I say that to myself, all of a sudden, I just like zone into this like second. Like I see like every little crumb that's on this whatchamacallit, I just get stuck in my head all the time, and I'm always thinking about the future or thinking about the past or thinking of something, and I just need to like this is the moment that I'm in right now. This is what's happening right now. I'm not in the future, I'm not in the past. This is right now. Caroline has a really good one. Every day in every way, I'm getting better and better. Every day in every way, I'm getting better and better. That's a great one. All these things that you just like say to yourself, you have to believe it. Don't choose an affirmation, or don't start saying an affirmation where you're like, I feel amazing, this is amazing. Because days when you like really feel like doo-doo, you're gonna be saying that to yourself and you're just like not gonna be believing it at all, and you're just gonna be like, this is, no. So that won't work. Use words like choose, allow, and willing so that they imply a decision made by you. Ooh, I like that. Like in mine, for example, it is like, I allow myself to be in this present moment. So I allow myself. So I'm just like, ah, you know? Okay, so what was the question? One is make an affirmation, because it's really important. Another thing for self-love, I would say every week, go on a date with yourself for 2 hours. It doesn't have to be like you're going to an elaborate fancy lunch or something, but I mean, it could be, or you could just like go sit at a coffee shop and bring a book with you. And that is like also showing your self-worth, is like, I deserve to treat myself to a nice picnic in the park, and I'm gonna bring some fruit. Another tip for self-love, reminding yourself that you are enough. You are amazing as you are. No one else is you, and that right there is so wonderful. How long have you been studying photography, and what's your favorite photo in your profile? How long have you been studying photography, and what's your favorite photo in your profile? It accidentally said twice. Experimenting and been shooting for about 1.5 years now. I know for sure I really love this one specific picture that I took at the Bowery Hotel, and then I love a lot of my pictures from Yosemite, and then I love pictures from the Brooklyn Botanic Garden. I love literally like a lot of my photos that I've captured. which I'm very, it's wonderful to say that. Like I just realized, like I love a lot of the photos that I've captured. I'll put some of them here. Yeah, okay. So those ones, I love those ones. What's one thing that keeps you positive whenever you feel down? Thinking about my dad and my grandma and trying to live a life that they would be proud of. So just like trying to do things that make me happy. And yeah, I think that life is just, it all boils down to just like making sure that you're happy and doing the things that make you happy and taking care of yourself and being healthy and like living a life where I'm happy. And I feel like that alone would make them happy. If you could ask Nacho any question and he could reply, what would you ask him? Why do you eat dirt every single day? Every single day that I've been coming home, my camera battery died and the sun went down. So we have a plant that's right here that's on the ground, and I've been coming home to just dirt in his beard and little speckles of dirt around the planter, and I'm just like, why? Why? So I would really love to hear his explanation. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Please, if you have an affirmation already, put it in the comments. I would love to read them. And just remember that you are great and you are enough. I love you, and I'll see you next week.